Look at his brother. Oh, that's hilarious. What's good? What they do, man? What's good? What they do? It's your boy Purple Lips back with another Purple Lip breakdown. Yes, I had to tap into this story when about Shedeur standards. Nobody could have predicted this, man. The unexpected slide that he had inside the draft was like it was historical. No one could have predicted this. Now I had to make a retake on this video because I watched my last video and it was way too boring. And I have to. It made me realize that I gotta learn how to edit ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I gotta learn how to edit ASAP, and I'm gonna work on that for y'all. Now, let's go ahead and get into that, man. First off, congratulations to your boy Shedeur Sanders. He finally got drafted in the 5th round. I would never predicted him going day 3. Having to work for his spot. He doesn't have a guaranteed contract now that he went to day 3, man. You know what I'm saying? That really is unfortunate. But you really want to first off start off with congratulations to him. I'm pretty sure that this lit a fire under him. He walking inside a room with really a good quarterback room. He got Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, and then you got him himself and Dylan Gabriel. Wow. The guy who got drafted in front of him, that's Dylan Gabriel. Wow. Hey, I can't believe your boy Dylan Gabriel got drafted before Shedeur. That just goes to tell you that this was the statement behind it, or the NFL and organizations behind that. And I hope a lot of kids learn from this. And I hope that Shedeur standards. Now, you know what? I ain't even worried about Shedeur standards. I'm actually not concerned at all about Shedeur because this man is super talented and he actually has the great mentality. I don't think nothing's wrong with the guy. I love the guy, you know what I'm saying? In all shapes and forms, his confidence, he's not overconfident, not to me at least. I feel like he has a type of IQ and a work ethic, and he loves the game, and he's so accurate. He's like another Tom Brady in a way, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a black Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying? He gonna tuck it down, do the little he gonna throw the little drop off passes. He gonna make the right passes, man. He got like, I think he set a 71% college record or college percentage. I mean, completion percentage. Yeah, man, the man doing this thing, man. Hey, there's no way he could have gone to the 5th round like that. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing how his man got a little prank phone call. I'm gonna show y'all a little video of that real quick very soon. But you know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing that he got a prank call. They actually found the prank caller, the kid who actually pranked him. Like I said, I'm gonna show y'all that video. But let me show you, like, this must have been a few things that went wrong inside this draft, because start right from the top of this season, his senior, I think this was senior season. Going to top of the senior season, he was already a Heisman front runner. So he was already predicted to be one of the best quarterbacks in this upcoming draft, which is this now currently. It just happened, and it proves that Cam Ward actually went the first pick overall. Now, he was actually predicted to be a Heisman runner, and halfway through the season, he actually had like he was the top 3 quarterbacks with the most yards. Probably the top number 1 pick or whatever. Yeah, so it's safe to say that something went bad in this process. He was predicted before the season to be the Heisman runner. After the season in the draft, he was the number 2 pick. I mean, not number 2 pick, the number 2 quarterback inside of the draft. So something went wrong. So let's go ahead and talk about a couple things that might have went wrong. And you know what I'm saying? And first, we're gonna start off with your boy Deion Sanders. Damn, man, why Deion Sanders had to block his son's bridges, like burn some bridges for his son? Why he had to block some of his blessings? That it's really unfortunate that his father definitely had to play a part into this, because it was a key statement that he definitely said, and I'm sure he didn't say Deion Sanders didn't say it for no reason. Deion Sanders something along the lines of, "It's some places that we just won't go, some places we just won't play at. We're not gonna go at." Something along those lines, and that is horrible because that already eliminates your son from a couple locations. I know he knew that, probably because he knew that he burned bridges with some of these people in the organization. Some of the people, the organization in general or people inside of the organization. So I'm pretty sure he knew that for sure. There's some places that's just not going to end up going, but that's still not something that he might have said. I know that was just a little overconfident. You know what I'm saying? Um, Also, you got your boy. The NFL teams passed on him 4 times, bro. They passed on him 4 times, which basically says to me that them combine interviews went horrible, man. Them combine interviews, I don't know how he could have stunk it up and went from the second, the second best quarterback inside this draft all the way to the sixth or seventh. I think he was the sixth though. He got drafted. Well, it was 5 quarterbacks drafted before him, and that was Dylan Gabriel, which is now his teammate. I know they gonna be hot, but I know Shedeur is gonna be like low key, no friendship at all, man. You're not better than me at all. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Jalen Milroe, who's not better than him at all. You know, no slouch or knock on any of these guys, but these guys are just not better producing quarterbacks or have a higher potentiality than Shedeur Sanders. And not only that, they're not as efficient as Shedeur Sanders. So Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Milrose, Tyler Shoosh, Show, whatever how you say his name, Jackson Dart, and Cam Ward. They all was drafted before Shedeur. And, congratulations to those brothers, man. No knock on them. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was all their dreams to make it to the NFL, and them guys made that happen and put themselves in position. So congratulations to them. Now, moving forward. Now we're gonna go ahead and just get a little bit of controversy inside this. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a couple of players that was drafted before Shedeur Sanders that was cocky. You know what I'm saying? Cocky players that was before Shedeur Sanders. And I think that was very important because it's like, what did these guys have over Shedeur Sanders that made them look over their attitudes, their arrogance, and still go in the first round? And most of these guys, well, I think all these guys went in the first round. So I got a few lists of a couple guys. You know what I'm saying? That actually went in the first round and was super arrogant, cocky. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, how y'all gonna look over that? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, how you just gonna look over Shedeur? Because Shedeur actually, I think that by the players that I'm about to name, some of these players, Shedeur was a little bit more efficient, accurate. You know what I'm saying? He sits in the pocket a little bit better than some of these players. He's a better quarterback than these players that I'm about to mention. So I'm just curious, why would they look over this guy? Why would they look over Baker Mayfield? You know what I'm saying? Zach Wilson, you feel me? Johnny Manziel. Damn, it's like these players right here, they came in very confident, very cocky. They had the haircuts and everything. You know what I'm saying? They came in with all the distractions, especially Johnny Manziel. That man had an entourage. He was Mr. Hollywood in college. You know what I'm saying? He even had to drop out of his classes his senior year because he couldn't handle the pressure of how much attention he was getting and stuff like that. The man was just super distracted. He was doing partying. He had the world in his hands. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield can still say the same story. You know what I'm saying? In Oklahoma, that man really was tearing it up. He tore it up. He was cocky. He was confident. They looked over it, man. You know what I'm saying? Jack Wilson, he was a little bit less than these two guys that I just mentioned, as far as arrogance wise. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, he was just arrogant as well. So it's kind of like, I just don't understand how these guys really got how maybe these guys got looked over. What y'all think in the comments? Like, what y'all think actually was the problem that caused Shedeur to slide so heavy? Do y'all think it was Shedeur who played a part in? You think he made the bed he slept in? You know what I'm saying, so to speak? Did he, or do you think that his dad played into it, or was it the NFL trying to teach them a lesson, or all three in combination? Leave a comment down below of what y'all think. What was the problem? Like, what do y'all think went wrong inside his draft stock. You know what I'm saying? He went to the 5th round, 144th pick. You know what I'm saying? To the Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying? Man, that organization's been trashed for years. Man, they got plenty of good quarterbacks, and well, I ain't gonna say they got pretty good average quarter. Man, Deshaun Watson is a good quarterback, and even now you got Kenny Pickett. These guys are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Moving on forward. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Also, just so we don't make this completely like, I don't want y'all to go ahead and make this like a racial thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm about. I'm not no racist. I don't want nothing on my page to do with racism. You know what I'm saying? So, a couple other players that came in, cocky was Cam Newton. Cam Newton came in there arrogant, you know what I'm saying, but rightfully so. I ain't gonna lie, all these players that I did mention, their college careers, they actually did prove that they deserve to be arrogant. And I ain't gonna lie, so did Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders actually, what he was? He was let me look at his stats real quick. Not really his complete stats or anything, but this man holds the NCAA record, career completion record, in 71.8 percentage. Come on, that's like a 72 percentage out of your career. You know what I'm saying? And he set the Colorado single season passing record with 4,134 yards in 2024. And he had killed it at Jackson State. They didn't show this. I don't see the stats right now currently in my face what he did in Jackson State, but I think he almost close to the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So he did that literally 2 years, 3 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? So it shows that this man is proven. It ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt about his skill. He had to blow it in the interviews, bro. I think that me personally, I think that the Deion Sanders had played a part in it. Um, um, Shedeur must have stunk up his interviews. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure he was well prepared. He was prepared at every level of his life. So I don't know how, but he did stink up his interviews apparently. And apparently I think it was a shot at just the NFL just letting them sending a signal at everybody. You know what I'm saying? You're not bigger than the program. That's what I think this was about. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was fair, but that's what I think it was about. And it was like I said, it was 5 guys that was drafted before him. Unfortunately, my boy even had to go through a situation where he had got prank called. Man, that's really embarrassing, bro. Like a prank call about a prank call about getting drafted. Imagine you waiting for your draft to happen or whatever, and you like literally get a phone call like this. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Let me show y'all this real quick.
It's Mickey Loomis here, DM of Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, it's been a long wait, man.
No, for
We're
sure.
gonna take you over the next year here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to wait a little longer, man.
Okay.
Ready to go!
What does that mean? I don't know. How you gonna ask us what it means?
I ain't gonna lie, that's embarrassing as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, let me go ahead and wrap this all up, man. I'm about to go ahead and finish this with my last segment right here. This segment right here, I'm gonna be bringing it to my future. My brother's gonna be on video, but this is this segment right here is called the 2 cents with Seymour results. You know what I'm saying? This is when I call my brother and get his opinion, figure out what he got to say. Let's go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? See what my brother got to say about this whole subject on Shedeur Sanders. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all can hear that. Yo, yo, yo. Mr. Seymour results.
What's up, Chef Garvin?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing?
Okay, glad you had me on your show.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, man. Hey, check it out, man. So we want to get your thoughts, man. We on the 2 cents with Seymour results What you think about the Shedeur situation? What you think about his draft stock? Why you think that he had actually fell so far to the 5th round?
He's, it had a lot to do with politics. And, diving deep into that, I would say something along the lines, the owners of the NFL, obviously. And then, obviously, you can't fault everything on just the NFL. I'll also give some blame to his father, Deion Sanders, as well. He's the one who I also looked up to.
Why you say that?
Well, because, his son got this one opportunity of his life to play football, something he's been preparing his whole life for.
Right.
And he voiced something out in the public, which he should have, I don't mind the words he said, just when he said it. He should have said it after his son got drafted.
What he had said?
He was saying, his son not going to play for just any team. And I feel like that came from whenever his interview process took place in the NFL, when they were looking to hire him as a coach and whatnot. I guess something happened in that interview process where he had wanted to voice that out. Because, everywhere his son played at, he coached his son. And, the NFL ain't trying to maybe have him carry that whole entourage, the whole swag, the whole, vibe that he come with.
Right. That's crazy because I actually just mentioned that. Like, I was just letting him know, like, I think that's one of the things that hurt him. Deion Sanders saying the statement like that. Like, I think that's not a smart move.
Not at all. But aside from that, like Shedeur, as a player of football, because that's what it is all about, the stats. That's what we should be drafting on his stats. And at Jackson State, at Colorado, his stats showed that he was a good quarterback.
Right.
I feel like he did everything he did with no offensive line.
Right.
With no running game. They had a running game one year at Colorado. That running back had transferred out, I think, to Iowa or somewhere within the Big 12. And Oregon, it was Oregon State. He transferred out. And he was a good running back, but they were not using him the way they should have, which is why he left.
Right.
If they would have been using him, they would have had a better balanced offense. But, it was the OC, a lot going on. But to say the less, he didn't have a running game. He still put up big numbers. To do that, game after game, the defense knowing 90% of the time they're going to pass the ball.
Right.
So what they're doing, they're sending the whole house. He still put up numbers. Yeah, he got good receivers, good guys around him, but it still got to come out of his hand to get to them.
Nah, I agree. How do you feel about him doing that little pro day thing, like him not?
Too wrong to make it right. I mean, that's anywhere. Like, you ain't finna put your money in a stock not knowing what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Nah, I get that. Also, I had a little controversial little topic real quick. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick because I know you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And and they were cocky. So what's the big difference about? Is this have to do with Deion Sanders or just
new era player? Speak his mind, And at the same time, I love him expressing himself the way he is. And I would just say at the same time, keep on that line of professionalism, where they can't say nothing. Still expressing himself on that line of professionalism to where you don't come off as arrogant. You don't come off as ignorant, but some people may perceive it as that because
so, I mean,
what type of leader he is on the field, because his personal life has nothing to do with football. That's all they're looking at.
I agree. All right, man. So to go ahead and wrap this up, man, like, what would you tell for future students, future kids in the future? Like, what would you tell them? Like, what would be some advice you would give them? Now that something like this happened, because nobody could have predicted Shedeur Sanders going to the 5th round, being that he could put out so much production on the field.
Anything else you do, what about the outside noise? You'll get off your track, and whatever y'all focus on won't definitely be in your past because you work on everything else around you. But, you can always have that when you try to get a goal. And that's anything in life. Just stay the course. And don't listen to the outside noise, I would say.
The 2 cents with see more results. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to holler at you, big brother. I'm going to holler at you, big brother.
I love you. Have a good one.
All right, love you too, man. Love you. Have a good one. Thanks for coming through. Man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. You know, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I might have to do that segment a little bit earlier. I didn't know this video is still gonna take this long, but man, that's the wrap up real quick. Man, come join my journey. I know I only got like a few subscribers, but that's because I just started this thing. I only started like last week. Man, this is my sports channel. On my other channel, I got sports self-governed reacts. That's about dating. But that's a whole nother subject. I don't even want to talk about that on this channel. This channel here is about sports. Please come join my journey. Subscribe right now. Let's go ahead and if you like this video, you like this commentary. My brother actually is going to join on video. Right now he was just out and about, so I had to just join him on audio just today. I hope y'all were able to hear what he had to say. This your boy Purple Lips. That was your boy Purple Lip Breakdown. That was a P.L.B. You know what I'm saying? We call that a Purple Lip Breakdown. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm out.